found form after that victory against OG, and you know that that's a big old boost to the confidence. Here's our fun stat, the World War II wingman JCap, top 5 in hardpoint assists per 10 minutes at every event since CWL Atlanta. Oh my god, that's a crazy
top
stat.
Top 5 hardpoint assists, that is a stat you do not see. That's something, of course, to take note. A lot of team shots going down, always active on the map. He's none other than JCap. However, it's going to be a tough ask. Red Reserve, they've been looking lights out so far. Again, you heard it before from Zero in the pre-game interview. Staying in the winner bracket, so important. Let's kick things off. It's hardpoint, it's Valkyrie. We're on board with the man himself. The world champ, it is JCap.
JCap going to be first in. He and the boys of Luminosity are now in on the hardpoint. As we know, Scraps kills are plenty here in the ventilation room. And again, first hardpoint, always going to be a messy one. Never a clean entry kill. Plenty of trades back and forth. And now the player's going to be dancing around the outside of the map, hoping to find those angles so they can retake that vent room. And so far, Red seem to have that on lockdown. First few points going to be going the way of theirs, as we see Luminosity on the retake. Formal with a tidy, clean kill. A second to his name. Zero's next in, and he's going to find it too. Formal with 3. Very clean way to find that one, and 27 seconds left in the vent room. And now he's going to be able to give that one to Luminosity. And Formal's looking fine this morning.
Oh, Formal is firing straight here. 6 kills to his name already, and he's going to hit that reset button as he does hit the respawn. But with ventilation room coming to an end, we're going to see those scrap times go to Slacked here. The bar in the hands. It's not going to be enough, though. Zero taking him down, rated with the machine pistol in hand. A very close game to start things off. Sometimes you actually see that ventilation room be the catalyst of where a team kind of gets ahead, but John finds 2. Not going to be able to find the 3rd, but the grenade in hand's going to give him that split second to reload, get back in the action, and Slack's going to go down. Joe's going to fall to Scraps, his teammate, but Scraps cleans on up, finds 3. One, of course, being Joe. But nevertheless, Red Reserve keep control of Fire.
Fire going their way. You can still see points coming through. Scraps hanging on the windows again, just peeking out. Shots are through. This is a great way to hang on. But again, those nades back and forth. That tiny little burning room. Things are certainly heating up there. Rated on the outside of the map's going to be closed down by that smoke grenade. Clever play from there from Luminosity. He's going to shut down his bar, which has been dealing damage so far. Fun fact from those stat counters at home, both teams are 4-0 in this map so far. So the first win here is going to be a pretty hefty notch on the belt, if you ask me.
Well, someone's 4-0 has to go. Is it Red or Luminosity? Who's going to kick off the campaign here on Championship Sunday with a big map win? Red Reserve already 50 points ahead and now rotating around. You look your eyes over to the mini-map here. Those players from Red Reserve a little closer, but there's none other. The number 8 is Formal in the window. He's found one. That's Scraps who's going to fall, and really, Formal's been so consistent here, and we saw Formal in the Pro League. He had some mishaps. He was obviously under a lot of pressure, filling the boots of a player like Octane, but speaking to Slacked, they had to change their playstyle, play around Formal, and it's working right now here. But it's been broken. Red Reserve, they snapped that one in half. They enter from the front. Formal decides to come on in with 3 and retake single-handedly. The man's 12-6 right now. Formal, he's on fire.
Huge kills there from Formal. Not really expecting to see those come through. And again, it's important to note Zero managed to pick up streaks. He was first into the halfway. Formal again? 5 kills in a row now for him. I don't know how he's managing to get these kills. I mean, he just seems to be untouchable right now. He clearly had a very good night of sleep after an exciting finish yesterday's play. And they may not have the lead right now, but Luminosity is certainly looking strong in the kills department. 5 kills in a row for Formal, almost making it 6 as he hangs on here for the next rotation. You can see there's not too many players left for Red Reserve alive at the moment, so they're going to have to be contesting with a seriously aggressive Formal full streaks now. Office to his name, and it's going to be a nice hold here. Artillery Barrage is going to cut the streaks, turn them into an absolute bit of pandemonium. This is going to slow down the play from Red. They're going to have to work their way around the artillery strike, go through the ventilation room, and that's going to lead them into this kill box that JCap's watching the sides on as well. So if he can take care of these players, again, the points all go in the way of Luminosity right now. It's a great start for them in the office, and all thanks to that lovely artillery barrage there from Formal.
Formal keeping control of the office. He is the boss. 16-6, 7 kill streak. He's got a fighter pilot and a glide bomb to work with right now. But a couple of kills coming in from Red Reserve. Luminosity do take the lead, but can they keep it? Slack there with a 5 kill streak as well. Really starting to heat up. Nearly a minute of kill time. Still going. He's going to get shut down by Joe. Sharp shots there as he tries to make the turn. But Luminosity will take every single second here from Office. Red Reserve, they're pretty much on 75 going into this one, but now they're going to have to crawl from behind. And we're going to Smokestack. This is where they do have a setup, but you're going to see these fighter pilots, you're going to see these streaks come on in, and they know he has it. That artillery barrage was used as well, and close to streaks is Slacked. He needs to play his life. Keep your eyes on the kill feed for Slack, but at the moment, glide bombs are coming in. Slack's still alive, but Formal raining on down Red Reserve. They're getting punished here. Formal has 19, Cap only on 4. Sides of 2 stories for sure.
Yeah, it's like 10 and 8 as well with 1 minute and 12 in the hard point. We do have Red in control of the smokestacks for now, just about to cross over the 30-second mark, and they are getting back in this one. But Formal has a thing or two to say about that. 2 kills with the fighter pilot. John making it look easy on the inside now as he goes up against Joe. Lovely work there, peeking through the window. Zero around the corner as well, and he's got another in Rated. Can he find him also? Rated gets the kill. And then now they're going to be able to push through the back, but J-Cap's next in. He's the next line of defense. Slack finds him. A little bit of back and forth. Scraps almost gets the turn onto J-Cap there, but Cap a little too solid, a little too hot in the hands. And now Formal making his way through middle, and Formal, when he gets a kill, they just seem to come in 2s and 3s. Scraps is next. And Scraps knows better than that one. Formal is absolutely blinding right now. 24 and 9, 4 kills in a row. He's looking to get more streaks. And this is a very strong look for Luminosity. Vent room flips over, Slacked on the outside, making Scraps look small. Formal still doing work. I mean, this is strong for Luminosity. That win against OG last night has done a whole lot of wonders for their confidence. They weren't the strongest team coming into this event. On paper, yes, but not necessarily on the field. And at the moment, man, they're looking like a championship caliber team. Still plenty to play for here in the winners bracket. And Formal, they definitely want to be moving forward.
Yeah, you can't really talk about anything but Formal right now with a 2.5 sitting at 25 kills, a minute of kill time. He's making a bar work in places where it's dominant by the PPSH here. He's getting that pre-aim, he's getting in the positions, his movement is on point. And he's finding his feet for sure here, but Red Reserve trying to find their way back into it. Only 10 seconds left on the ventilation room. Rated is going to find himself a glide bomb, but Cap shuts it down. Rated and Joe do fall. The rotation's going to go to Luminosity. And again, you're starting to see the North American team separate themselves from Red Reserve. Got a pinch potentially coming on in. Zero and Joe find 2, pushing on forward. The grenade doesn't connect here. And a wallbang finding Zero. A couple of hit markers, but he's not going to find that final kill. Will find one. Will shut down Luminosity. And they're going to take down both players here, regain fire, and Red Reserve, they're heating up here in fire.
Here we go, Joe looking a little scrappy there. Rated now watching the players on the outside. Big shots in, down range. Formal's going to be able to make it through, but there's a glide bomb now. Scraps takes care of Formal on the inside, so that 3-man push from Luminosity has been taken care of now. Red in control. 30 seconds left in the operations bunker. And they're hanging in this one big time. Joe finding his way through the smoke, gets one big kill there. Many kills for his teammates on the back end. Formal just creeps out of that smoke. Shots in there on Joe, and now Joe's going to have to rotate back on through, and this is a big play from the players of Red. This was a huge hard point for them. Operations Bunker was all Luminosity's the last one, and this is tremendous so far. They managed to get themselves right back in this one. The lead has flipped, and Luminosity for the first time are not quite looking as dominant as they had done.
Believe it or not, there's only one kill that separates the two teams here. We've got Formal going positive 15, but John and J-Cap a little bit negative on that side. You see Red Reserve regain the lead. Quick stat for you here. Red Reserve, they've won 4 of the 5 hard points they've been outslayed. They're a team that can work against numbers. These guys trying to do it again right now, but 176 plays 176. Luminosity retake that lead here by the storage bunker. Slacked up close and personal with a PPSH. 16 bullets left to play with, and he's only going to need a few more as Formal cleans up 2.
Here we go, still Formal in control of the hard point. About to crack through that 200-point mark, and Cap on the outside of the map as well. Just trying to make their way forward. Big kills from Formal still, 31, 15, 20, and 18 for Slacked on the other side of the board. We do have a, yeah, it's not really great. Let's be honest, Phil. It's not looking great for Red. But Red, typically, they don't, of all the hardpoint matches they've had so far in the competition, they don't tend to lose the ones that they get outslayed on. So, all things considered, this is still a very doable scenario for Red Reserve. Slack, though, has a couple of things to say about that. 2 big kills for him. 2 kills in a row. And it's third around the corner, but Joe looking a little too nasty.
Now, this is going back to where Luminosity were dominant. They were taking control of the office, and John did a ring around the roses. Glide bomb coming in, 2 do fall, and Zero and Joe's going to pick this up. Red Reserve, this is a very, very big kill. They can not only capitalize on this, if they can build some streaks. We've got smokestacks coming up. Raiders going to find 2. Scraps, the sharp shots of the PPSH now will find himself a couple hit markers, but nothing more. Joe, a bit windy, he's going to dodge out of that one. Find himself a little position near the stairs. Does finalize the kill. 3-1 here again. That kill feed lighting up Red. 4 shut down. There's 30 seconds left. Do Luminosity rotate? Do they push again? Giving this up here would give Red Reserve the lead, but Rated is already thinking about rotating. Slack's been spotted. That grenade's going to go on the top pocket, but Slacked denied. Red Reserve, they're going to retake this lead, but no. Luminosity's broke on into the office with only 10 seconds left. And number 8, none other than Formal, he's the first to rotate.
Oh, Rated, those streaks to have. 2 kills for John on the outside. This one for Rated is going to be huge. He's just reloaded at the worst possible time. John makes it 3 in a row. Zero may get the kills, but this is huge now. We do have streaks to work with. Luminosity at 224. Red now. They've been at the heels. They had a chance to pull this one away, but maybe A chance now to turn this around. Red, 220 now in Climber. They have control. Joe watching the front end of smokestacks. Here comes the push now from Luminosity. John with a massive turn. Can he find a second on 0? Shots are out, but the time is still going the way of Red. Luminosity now. They need to make something big happen. 3 players coming through mid. There's one making his way through the back end. Rated. It's going to be dropped by Formal. Now John, he's in on the hard point. It's do or die right now as Joe hangs in there. Luminosity still just on the outskirts of the hard point. Shots are through. Slack gets the kill. They're going to slow it down for now. Red can still win it here. J-Cap needs to get in.
They need to take his 6 seconds, Miles. Cap's got to turn up right now. He's negative 11, but all that matters is how you finish. Cap's broke on through. John finds another. 230 is coming up, but Joe finds another. Formal and John finding cap after cap, but it doesn't matter. We're going back to the ventilation room. Red Reserve have struggled in this area.
Need to invest it now. Again, matter of points for Red Reserve. J-Cap straight in over the top. He's key players all around him. He can't find one, and he gets killed. And now we have Red still in control. 246. Shots out from Formal. He goes down as well. Now Luminosity in control, but for how long? They cannot let a single moment slip. 10 points for the win. Slack back into the hard point. Red get the contest. Someone on the outside of the vent room right now. The shots are going down outside. There's only one player from Red in a chance to get here. There's 5 seconds remaining. Red could possibly do this. Back over to LG. We've got a matter of moments before this ends, and who's going to get in there? The contest. It's still going down. Red Reserve. They're managed to get in, but Slack hasn't let it go. Luminosity came and take map number 1.
What a way to finish. 250 to 248. Red Reserve threw everything in the kitchen sink at that one.
What?
Wow.
What? Hello?
That's game number 1, ladies and gentlemen. Formal drops 38 and 25. Put 99 of those 250 points on the board for himself. This time, Red Reserve, they get outslayed and they cannot clutch up. What a way to start this series, though. 250 to 248. My goodness. I'm just gonna say, I think we moved the desk whilst
about
casting that.
much. Yeah.
So if it's offset a little bit, apologies for that one. But wow, map number 1.
Yeah. Okay. So, what? Red. They looked kind of good to begin with. Luminosity were kind of running it from the majority of the map. We saw Red make a bit of resurgence around second rotation. And then Rated started to hit, he started to heat up. Formal playing crazy whole map long, big kills for him. Everything came in 2s and 3s. Streaks early to work with, but it was Rated's turnaround. That was pretty wild and crazy. And then, in those final few moments, I thought they were going to win it. I thought Red had it at smokestacks. You know what?
Yeah.
Let's let the Scuff player of the game tell the rest of the story. These were the final few moments. Luminosity at 235, Red at the 244 mark. And this, I thought, may have been the blunder. J-Cap finding the no entry kills. His teammates find the other angles, and that allows them to get in there. Rated on the outside, also picking up those kills. And it's that fight on the outside street that just goes down. Rated and Forward just trading out those kills. And I mean, it's just insane right now. 246, 244. Oh, Phil.
Oh, it's incredible. You could pick so many points of which was the pivotal moment of when Luminosity won this. Formal was cutting down the lane here from Red Reserve. He wasn't necessarily getting the points of it, but he was cutting everything off. Scraps then makes a huge 2-piece to actually give them just like 3 more seconds. Shuts down, but the one point that really separated it from me was Rated was in office. He was 1 away from streaks. He pops the magazine. He tries to reload with that STG, and John gets a 3-piece to shut it down. It was a pretty much pointless kill, but it denied any type of streaks for Red Reserve. Look at the breakdown, though. Red Reserve dominating in operations. It doesn't matter. All that matters is that 250 to 248. And Luminosity 1-0 up in the series. This is going to be a wild ride for sure.
It's no surprise. I mean, both those teams have got a flawless record in the tournament so far on Valve, hardpoint. And I mean, to see that it went down to, what, 2 points in the end is not a surprise at all. It's clearly very strong game types. And the Vitos, they were happy to let that one go through either way because they both know they're so strong in it. And in the end, that came down to a hairline in the final few moments. And yeah, you're absolutely right. We've got a big series on our hands. Now, this is huge. Look at Zero's face, man. I mean, that's a very, very tight loss. To make that kind of comeback as well, and to have the lead towards the end of the smokestacks, which they potentially could have won, that is a very, very difficult comeback to make now. You have to regain entirely. You have to forget that match and go straight into the next one now. S&D, big deep breath as we roll on through. They've got to bounce back.
Yeah, the crazy thing is as well, Luminosity, they're a team now that are on such a high. Taking down Optic yesterday, coming in here, winning map 1. I don't care what anyone says, winning a map 250 to 248 will get you way more hyped up than winning a map 250 to 100. You're going into this now, so your energy, your adrenaline is pumping through your body. And this search and destroy really could be kind of the difference maker. If Red Reserve bounce back straight away, we've got a series on our hand. If Luminosity start to shut down Red, I feel like Red are going to be in a position which they haven't been in. These guys have, 4-0'd their pool. They came into winner brackets, stormed out of that one, and they were super confident going into Luminosity's game. And you know what? They should be, because they're playing absolutely lights out right now. They have got a task on their hands. Search and Destroy St. Marie is going to be coming up next here. My eyes are on Formal still.
Still, you can't, like, it's impossible to take away anything from either of these teams right now. Both teams are playing great. This is a team, Red have had the hottest hand in the event so far. I mean, Rise are looking great, but Red just seem to be untouchable. Their Friday and Saturday play were great.
Yeah.
This is going to be one hell of a series, Phil, and I'm glad to be here. And if you're enjoying yourself here in Anaheim, let me tell you one thing, you'll enjoy yourself at Champs a whole lot more. Coming up this August, you can get those tickets online. We'll see you there, and so will these teams. Either way, now, prepare yourselves for map number 2, Search and Destroy on Sainte Marie Dumont. LG versus Red. Let's get it.
Let's get into the action here as we're jumping on board with Slack. It looks like Luminosity, a very standard setup here. One either side, 2 in restaurant, but Red Reserve edging towards the A-bomb site. Grenades being thrown out, and there's the information you need. Who's gathered it? It's the Formal himself, but he's taken some damage, a couple of shots, and he could be taken down, so he's going to wiggle his way out of that one. Regen, regain, and head back in. Slack's got the cover, but the smoke is going down, perfectly placed. 0, denied.
Formal, talked about it before, shots are on, he's just absolutely wrecking fools. Rated's next in, AR versus AR, good range for both of them, see if they can't find something. Scraps now come to join the party, make it a 2v1. Ooh, almost find something. There's a bit of an engagement going down in mid, that's it. Joe's going to sneak in behind Slack, so that's huge. JCap now all on his own in a 1v3 situation, round 1. Bomb's going to be going down, JCap. Those shots are out, now he knows he's coming. Can he find the kill on this one? He knows that the player's going to be on the stairs, there's no way they're not. Ooh. JCap, can't let it go. But it's a tough scenario to be in. Obviously, 1v3, he can get.
Joe is such a smart player. I want to give Joe so much credit. I feel like this round is almost all but over. I hate to kind of rule Cap out of this, but with 30 seconds, there you go. And I want to highlight Joe. He pushes through the middle. He comes up behind one of the players. I believe it was Slacked in the restaurant. That's the kill that wins them the round. It enables them to cross. It enables the plant to get down. Then the way that he plays and almost toys with his food there on the stairs, runs around the restaurant, pre-grenades the window, and again, it's just such intelligent play. It's like he's 2-3 steps ahead of the meta sometimes. Joe doesn't get all the credit that he deserved. He's that sneaky beaver, the one behind enemy lines, and keep your eyes on him in this Search and Destroy. Kicking things off though, 2-0.
I think Joe's one of the most ridiculously sneaky players I've ever seen. I mean, we've seen him hit like before we stopped playing, London Duck CTF. He was my favorite player to watch just for those big old flanks. Either way, let's get straight into this one. On the defense, we've got 2 players towards A for Red Reserve, and the bomb's kind of sitting back, but they're leaning more towards a B push. Again, it's interesting to see how Search has changed so much over the course of World War II. We used to see those crazy grenade plays all towards B, and now we're seeing a little bit more slow and steady. Joe tagged up versus Formal. Lovely bit of tandem there. Scraps comes in, tags him out, gets the kill. That's a lovely way to start the round for Red Reserve.
Just the positioning of Joe and Scraps there. Like, they're pushing up on A where normally you wouldn't be. He's pretty much sat in the dirt. Unexpected to say the least, but the way that Scraps just kind of wiggles back and forth, Joe baits out, and Scraps cleans up. They're going to initiate that. Joe's in a lot of trouble here. How's he going to get out of this one? He's stunned. He's going to be grenaded. Great stuff from Cap, but guess what? Wow, okay. Guess not that, okay. Scraps doesn't trade out. He's still looking for that, and he's trying to find J-Cap. Will do. John's found a snipe elsewhere. 2v2 going down. The pinch is on. But John is inside with a sniper rifle. Not the best weapon here. You say that, but then John's shot, incredible.
If anyone's going to make it work, John's definitely going to be the player to make it happen. 0, though, he has no idea. Teeter on the edge of that one. They know the B-bomb's in full control, and that site is so solid. John finds the one. They're at 0. There's another one around the corner. Can he get it? Scraps ties it up. 1v1. John. Sniper on. So close. Scraps. 8 seconds left. He's not going to be able to get the defuse, but he's going to play the life because it's halfway towards streaks. 4 kills in a row there for Scraps. Doesn't want to let it go, and that's strong enough. John, though. Called it. If anyone's going to hit the shot, it's going to be John. And 0, just unlucky to have been taken so clean out there.
And that was a high-risk, high-reward situation for Scraps. And I actually thought he was going to go for it. He knows John has the sniper. He jumps around that corner. If he misses his first shot, they can win that round, go 2-0 up, have 5-0 and a defuse. That's basically streaks. But he doesn't. He backs down. He's confident in his team that they can, just work off of this, play for these streaks. Let's see if it pays off, though, because Scraps is going to be the one taking the bomb. And now they're pushing to B. This is fast, this is aggressive. They've got their armored on, the smokes are down. But here come the grenades, here come the cavalry of Luminosity.
Yeah, they haven't quite made it into the site yet though, so without that presence there on the bomb site, Luminosity are able to get in on the defense, and now we're seeing a bit of a rotation from Red. They may have to think towards A, they may play still towards B. They know that they've managed to lure all the players from LG over towards the bomb site at B, and now there's a bit of a rotate through mid. J-Cap sniffed it right out though, and he may be able to find Rated here. Joe, now that's a perfect timing on the kill. J-Cap's cleaned up, and here we have a bit of slight advantage. That's completely gone. 2 players from Red have just been taken out. John now on the rotate, 40 seconds left on the clock. Rated finds him from behind, just about. And now it's back to a 2v2, Rated in 0 versus Formal and Slacked. 35 seconds left on the clock. They need to make that bomb play happen sooner rather than later, and Zero is going to gamble towards A. You can see the players of Luminosity just working together, Slacked and Formal, basically holding hands through the street, checking left and right before crossing, and Rated may be able to catch Slacked, but the player from here, from Formal, is almost perfect. Can he time it? Beautiful kill from Rated, but Formal's on the bomb. Zero is going to get away, and this is huge. Rated needs to get in here as quick as he possibly can, otherwise it's going to be a very difficult situation to be in. Formal,
don't challenge.
Against Rated.
It's a simple don't challenge. Formal would have shut down Rated 100% there, but the... Oh my goodness, he needed one more bullet. Rated's going to poke out again. I'm not sure why the challenge is going down, but Rated's so confident in his own ability. You know, do you applaud that? Do you just kind of question that? But Rated weak, peeks out, takes the gunfight. If Formal had one extra bullet on that second gunfight, that was so well predicted from Formal.
That was a pretty tight duel between the two. I am staggered. I thought Formal had the kill. I mean, the very fact that he took care of Zero pretty handily. You know, he had the advantage, he came in from behind, but at the same time, the shots in on Zero, on Rated, to begin with, he had him dead to rights. Anyway, this has been a good S&D so far. 4th round now underway. It's a B play, it's a heavy B play for Luminosity. It's a brawl, they're going straight in, the smokes are out, the nades are through, and they've already got the sight. Red Reserve not there at all. Joe's got a lot of work to do from up top, and that's going to give him a little bit of intel. Scraps with the snipe. We do have only Zero on the outside, and here comes the gunfights. The bomb's going to be going down, and LG are looking to play this one very, very aggressively. This is a decisive play. They know exactly what they wanted, and this is going to be a retake for the ages if they can make this work. Scraps. There's the cap of John. And cap as well.
My goodness.
Scraps in on the side. Can he make it 3? Almost. Joe in now. What a retake this could be. Slacked almost making it work. Red Reserve. Off the hands of 2 magnificent snipes there from Scraps. The composure. What a deep breath that was. He managed to find those 2 players. Unbelievable sight. That's my favorite player of the tournament so far.
For sure. 2 precise shots. And again, it was just the patience. He didn't kind of rush the shot. He had, what, a couple of pixels to play with there. But apart from that, Scraps coming up trumps here with the double from the snipes. And that's going to make it 3-1. That's a round where you look at things and you think a retake with a sniper, sometimes that goes the other way. But right now, Red Reserve 3-1 in the lead. And one thing I will say is they've really kind of taken it well. The loss on the hard point, they've put that to the back of their minds. They've come into this one fresh. Slack's been spotted. Joe, the sneaky player he is, twinkling around on his tippy toes. He's going to backtrack here. And Scraps is still rocking that sniper.
I love this from Scraps. I love the positioning. Actually, almost just managed to find John, but he backed away in the last few moments. Scraps and Joe now working together. I love the positioning, though, from LG again. The defensive lineup, it's really tight spread. They're all over the other side of the map. B and A pretty well covered. Scraps. Ooh, J-Cap just dicing with death there. Oh. Scraps has been hitting these shots for the last 2 rounds. You can't be that confident against him. You know, you have to give him respect. You have to let him give him that space to work with, otherwise he's going to take you out. And this may be another one if John peeks again. Scraps is back in position. Formal's going to find himself in the street as well. Slacked in from behind though. Oh, doesn't manage to make it work. A couple of kills. Formal now dicing with death. He's right in the street. He's asking Scraps, come at me, bro. I'm ready for you. 20 seconds left on the clock. What are you going to do? It's all on Formal now. 2 players left for Red. They've got to make something happen as the bomb goes down, and Formal can now play retake.
Formal's going to be in a 1v2. He needs to make it 2 individual 1v1s. He's got a challenge. He's going to drop down. Zero's denied, and he knows exactly where Scraps is going to be coming from. He's weak, though. He's challenged, and Scraps, that is down to Zero. Yes, Scraps made the kill, but the information you saw Scraps strafe on around. Zero called it out. He's weak. He's in the corner, and look at this. He doesn't even think twice. It was a perfect play from Formal. He couldn't have done any more. But Red Reserve, once again, come out on top here. The search and destroy is showing to be a little one-sided, but it comes down to these 1v1s every single time.
Scraps doesn't hesitate though. If he hesitates and Formal's health regens, it's over. Because that means in that situation, you know, the pistol versus what? The SCG at that range, it's done. It's absolutely finished. Either way, 4-1 right now, Red looking strong. Luminosity though, these rounds are so tight, they're so close, anything can happen. They could make this comeback in a big way. JCap looking for those players through mid. John now opting to snipe. Rated gets the kill. Ties it up here, 3v3. Slacked has got a player in his courtyard immediately to his left. Oh my goodness, how has he not been shot at? Joe. Oh, Joe. So sneaky. Does get traded out quite quickly. 2v2 right now. JCap and Formal. Rated goes down. JCap with 2, so that's going to be now a 1v2. 0 on his own. Can he tie things up?
That was the difference maker. JCap's second there. And now a 1v2 0 is going to have to back on down. I think it's pretty obvious that they're rotating to B. He sees obviously from the position of one player. That bomb's going to go down, but how is Zero going to get back into this one?
I don't think he has any utility to retake this with either, so he's going to have to do this with just the bar, and you know what the B-bomb site's like. This is going to be a very difficult scenario to win, and if he can kill Formal in this position, which is going to be incredibly unlikely, that was the only way it was ever going to work out. And again, LG hold strong and find the round. Gotta give it, I was surprised. I thought when John lost out that kill early on to Rated with Snipe, I thought that might have been the turning point for potentially that was the swing in the round. But again, Slack coming in from behind, finding those kills. They traded out Joe very effectively when Joe came in from behind. Nice, easy way for Luminosity to get back in this one, keep it competitive at 4-2.
Yeah, that round was won and lost when JCap found that second kill. It was a kill which, you know, you probably don't think he makes, but he snaps on, he finds it. And Red Reserve will go once again. It looks like they're edging towards A though, just like round number 1. John's going to be caught as well. He's going to be weakened. The call out might come out. He may get challenged. So Formal throwing everything over that barn. That little shed here, and Scraps will be tagged up. And again, it's looks like he's going to be retreating for now.
Beautiful use of utility to body block those players, keep them out of the fight, save his teammate for the time being. You don't necessarily have to have a line of sight to cover your friends. Meanwhile, players is Joe. Joe, once again, so sneaky on the right-hand side. Look at number 2 on the minimap. He's making his way forward. He's crept in. JCap can sniff something. His spidey senses are tingling, and his tingles are right. He should probably get those checked. He knows that player's now on the bomb, and this is the rotate coming in from Red. Watch those blue arrows on the left-hand side of the screen. Now that they know there's going to be a deep, long rotate from John. Maybe Formal can back him up here, but this is going to be very difficult again. No deaths yet. JCap with smokes and nades to work with on the bomb site. Over the top. Can he find it?
The key player for me is Joe. He's the one outside of the bomb site. He's going to be the one which is going to either make the play, and he does make the play onto John. It's now a 3v3. Big kill from Slack there, coming in with the grenade, but Joe, again, the difference maker. He's going to actually find himself getting back in. At a 3v3, they need a couple all angles. Rated finds 2, and now there's only 1. It's Formal from behind. Scraps is going to spot him. He should go down. He will go down, but Rated is going to come up clutch once again. 3 kills to end that round, and Red Reserve will lead 5-2. In the map. Luminosity giving it their all here, but it seems like Red Reserve, again, the game plan that they have, when it doesn't work, I love how Red adapt. They tried the A push, they were shut down. Scraps backed off, they rotated round, and they're very quick with it. They don't hesitate, they make the decisions. Whoever's calling the shots in Red Reserve right now deserves a pat on the back. They're doing a great job. Can they push this to a minimum game 4? Of course, map number 1 by just 2 points goes in favor of Luminosity. Will Red Reserve close this one out with 6-2, ironically, with more points split between them?
Map points now to tie up the series. Red in on the site. Joe's first in. Rated up above, providing a bit of cover fire. Joe able to pick on those weaker players. But again, Raid's going to have to back down now. Perfect use of nades in the last round from Luminosity to take care of Zero on the site. And now they're going to have to make their way back into this. Rated up top, no deaths yet. Actually, Slacked is already gone, so that's going to be the round disadvantage for Luminosity, and not when you want it. Here, 1 minute remaining, round 8.
And the one thing that Red Reserve can do is they can play for the retake. They've got utility, they've got the grenades as well. Wow, okay.
But JCap got the bomb down. He got the bomb down. There is that, and now you have to force the players of Red to make their way on them. And you got JCap on that big late rotate as well. Is he going to be able to catch Rated? He does. Rated gets the kill, and that's huge. 2v3 right now. Formal still on the site. He has to make something big happen here. There are 2 players coming in from behind. This could be it. John needs to find something. He swats the fly. Almost finds a second kill. 1 now, v2. Formal on the turn. Zero in a 1v1. It doesn't go that way, and that's going to be it. Red Reserve 6-2. Tying up the series 1-1. Skills are plenty from both teams. This is going to be a fairly evenly matched series, Phil. We called it two of the clear-cut favorites in this competition aside from Rise, and I don't think this is going to be a short series by any stretch of the imagination.
It's definitely not. Red Reserve, though, close things out on Search and Destroy. 6-2 here on map number 2. We're going to be heading to capture the flag very, very shortly. However, map 1 goes in favor of Luminosity, 250 to 248, and a nail-biting Valkyrie hardpoint. We then head to St. Maria's. Red Reserve close things down 6-2. After this quick break, we'll be heading into CTF. We'll catch you then.
CWL Anaheim has been absolutely insane. Let's jump into our top 5 plays brought to you by the PlayStation 4. Attach is going to start things off at number 5 as he is able to close out this hardpoint victory in style.
Smoke's going to cover the front entrance, but a lot will shut down that STG. He's not going to be able to do much, but it doesn't matter. He's got a pistol in hand. 3 kills! Oh my good God, FaZe! What a way to do it. You could cook an egg off that man. He's so hot right now.
Next up at number 4 is John, taking out 2 members of Optic Gaming with the snipe.
Maybe going to rely on John to find some kind of pick here. Pre-fire.
I thought it was oh, John! Johnny boy just rips Scump and finds 2 with the snipe.
JCap is able to clutch up this round 11 versus Enigma 6, earning him the number 3 play of day 2.
30 seconds left. E6 have a BZ and General up. Cap, can you produce the goods when the pressure's on? Spots a BZ, makes it a 1v1. Time on JCap's side. He's just waiting for his health to regen. General waiting, peeking. Cap for the 1v2. He's gonna clutch up, and LG in emphatic fashion go 2-0 up in the series.
Coming in at number 2 is All of Conquest and their dramatic last-second cap to force OT versus Optic Gaming.
Kismet does find the kill. He finds 2 kills. There's a pair coming through. Everybody's dropping. Optic Gaming get crushed. All 4 down with 40 seconds remaining. Somebody grab it.
And this is bad now. The split spot's coming in. He had to back up for the flag in methods.
Oh my God.
He might be able to get this return. Here's that one-on-one. Oh my goodness, Tish.
Tish with the beamer as he's able to win a huge one-on-one, but Octane's nade comes in. Octane might be able to get position. Octane gets both kills, but there's still Kismet here. He's trying to get to it. There's one more player. They got the flag and the tying score's coming in. What the hell was that, Joe?
And the number 1 play goes to John. He shows off the sniper once again during LG's massive victory over the green wall.
Another first blood from him. He's at 8-2.
Whoa, okay, well, John answers back with 2 snipes yet again. John, you freak of nature. That's his 5th snipe in this one, at least.
That's going to do it for our top 5 plays here, brought to you by the PlayStation 4. Stay tuned to all of the Call of Duty action only on MLG.com.
Seeing LG break up to me isn't that much of a surprise. I think these guys have been top 3, top 4 now for, so many events, and they've won a lot of those too. But when a roster like Optic Gaming breaks up and they're on the hunt for new players, everyone is wanting to join them. The likes of Octane and others as well, from maybe FaZe, TK, Envy. Whoever Optic want, Optic genuinely will get. So for Luminosity to split up, it's a shame, but I think it just makes the competition even more important.
I think Formal's playstyle is one of the reasons maybe you're seeing them struggle a little bit. It's always been talked about many times. I've talked with people on Hot Mic about he plays a much more aggressive style of AR, and back in Advanced Movement Call of Duty, it worked out really well. Right now, I think they are struggling due to the difference in the way he plays versus Octane. And we've seen him sort of try to mold into that, to kind of play the Octane type role, play his spots that we saw in Search and Destroy in the different modes. They just haven't got it clicking yet, and that's honestly just going to take time.
For Luminosity to be a championship contender, to get that number 1, that first place finish, we need to see Formal put the numbers that Octane did. And that's a very tough ask to do. We also need JCap to be as lights out as he has been on Capture the Flag. John, for me, has been one of the best, maybe the best SMG in the game, alongside the likes of Kenny, Zuma, Scump. But again, you've got to look at all 4 players, Slacked as well. They all need to just raise that bar a tiny bit. The competition is bigger and better than ever. It's going to be tough, but I think they can do it.
I think early on it's going to be tough for Luminosity. I think I see a solid event would be top 8 for LG. I wouldn't be surprised if I even see them falling to top 12. I think just due to the talent, they should get top 8, but I don't expect anything more than that just based off what we've seen.
I think bringing scraps is incredibly important. I mean, that is something that we talk about, the skill gap between EU and North America sometimes when it comes to the top teams. We have seen a handful of teams from Europe that have been able to hang with the very true North American elite. Scraps on this roster solve that. They can go kill for kill in a hardpoint, which is something that at times they struggle to do. They were beating people in hardpoint when getting heavily outslayed. Now that's not the scenario. I just think that they can hang with the big dogs. They can hang with anyone every single tournament. It's fun to see.
So Josh was the shot caller for Red Reserve, and now we see obviously him be kind of put aside and Scraps come in. But I think Scraps is just so focused on being the best version of himself that he can be, and it's really showing in his gameplay. For me, this guy brings not only kind of his raw talent, but he just brings so much fun to the game. He brings so much energy and hype. I think Scraps is the perfect player to join Red Reserve.
Rated is a guy who's so confident in himself, and at times there's a lot of people who are like, dude, you shouldn't be this confident. You're not even one of the best ARs in the world. But I think throughout this year he's made a point that he is. And yes, we talk about Formula and Octane and all these different ARs in North America, but Rated right now is single-handedly the best AR in Europe, and it could be the best AR in the world if he continues to play at this level.
I think Red Reserve are absolutely in the conversation. As soon as Scraps got on the roster, even before I saw them play, they were in conversation to win a tournament. They were obviously going to be capable of making a run. I would be astonished if they don't place within the top 4. I think they have potential to make a grand final. Can they win? Yes. I just like what I've seen out of Rise Nation, Optic Gaming a little bit more.
I feel anyone can win it. Between maybe 8 teams, I think Red Reserve definitely have a shot, and I think it's the one that they'll be looking to take home. We'll have to wait and see, though.
The way they're playing right now throughout Stage 2 is incredible. Again, at Anaheim, I expect them to place top 4. And if they're able to carry that positive momentum into champs, maybe we have our first European COD Champs winner.
Currently 2-0, we defeated Splice and Complexity. Hoping to win this one and advance to tomorrow 3-0. Yeah, they banned Flores.
You already know when you go against Optic, you're going against like them as players and the crowd even. They have a pretty big fan base out here.
All right, well, we're ready to playing against Envy. This is going to be a big test for both of these rosters.
But here we go. Let's hope for a slugfest here, Joey. Now the lead for Optic Gaming as they're looking to bury Envy here. Optic set up and poised to close this out. Just a couple more ticks and that's gonna do it. Scump finds 3 to close it out, and Optic reigns supreme in game 1.
Oh, let's go! Let's go! Yeah.
That's gotta be traded. Oh! Grim rips him off. And there we go, Optic.
Let's go, Optic!
Let's see if Envy can bring it back, guys. It's got to start in the CTF. Optic firmly in control. Here we go.
I got him.
It's just a matter of seconds here before the 3-0. It's Optic Gaming, a convincing 3-0 over Envious.
And one of the most dominant performances, and now they are going to look phenomenal.
Splice just made it through.
Oh, it's gonna be a lot harder of a series. They played us on pretty bad maps, to be honest. They picked some of our best maps, so I don't know why they did that.
Feeling great, baby. 3-0.
Match here against TK. Obviously, that loss to Rise kind of hurts. Got to win this one to make up for that. If we lose this, I think we're like going to be a loser bracket 100%. So we got to win this to try to get that spot in the winners bracket.
1-1 currently in pools, so whoever basically wins this match is basically guaranteed to come out. Considering Rise is 1-1, he's got a 2-0, so it'll be a 3-way tie if we win. Looks like we're coming out of pools. If we were to drop and lose this match, we'd be coming out like 3rd or 4th tomorrow. So big match about to start, and hopefully we can take the win.
I think we just had to play like we played against Rise. We had our comms on point, our teamwork was on point. Just all around vibes were on point. So like, if we can just bring that into this match and just keep the same momentum as earlier, then I feel like we could beat LG.
Luminosity against Team Caliber. Off the rip, TK looking pretty good, but LG gonna bounce right back because.
I'm gonna go lay down. I'm gonna actually get stuck on the gun. Then I'm gonna run back. Just look over there.
That's a hard-earned victory for map number 1.
Starter on me. I'm weak to an A guys are gonna work with you as well. What's up?
You're back. This is 2 maps where they're close-ish, but essentially have just been pure domination.
Oh my god, I'm so bad.
Against Team Caliber, a good result was needed, and a good result is what they
Fire mid. We came out, we played our game. It's what we know we can do. It's what we know our team's capable of. If we come out and play to our strengths, we play as a team, and we small talk, communicate, do the little things, do the basics. I mean, we're gonna win. That's what's gonna happen.
We played confident. We played together, and we played like we really
Yeah, bro, I don't know. I think we can win this tournament.
You're mini golfing.
So I have my 2 brothers here, and my girlfriend supporting me.
When are you guys coming back?
They're here to watch me defend the turf, and they wanted me to, you know, be here to have support.
I'm not like super well known because like I don't game or do anything. I'm just the girlfriend that tags along. So I assume that somebody would know that I was his girlfriend at this point. I had this made for this tournament. It was just one of his headshots, and I wanted to do something kind of unique and special instead of having his jersey that I normally wear on Sundays.
I'm probably just gonna get my stuff, then we can go get food. Good bags on it.
Like I love playing Rise, because playing TJ, just playing different people, it's a good time. It's just like kind of bragging rights type thing.
Yeah.
But it's a good time.
Bragging
good,
rights?
bro.
I was gonna ask you a question, but I
John.
felt disrespectful.
And those are 2 plain hot dogs, right?
Yeah.
I'd say the standings are basically almost spot on of what they should be, other than like Rise maybe not being like guaranteed to come out. But I mean that happens at tournaments. If you have to go like 110% versus everyone you play, otherwise you can catch yourself losing to a team that you shouldn't lose to. All right, really? Epsilon won. Well, they haven't lost yet.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I feel semi-odd like walking right next to you with my t-shirt on.
You're a big fan.
I just like look like that like hardcore fan. Like stalking him.
We're about to play Conquest, the open team. They came into our pool, and then after that, we're gonna play TK Rise or LG for first round of winners. Feeling good. Feeling great, actually.
Yeah, bud. Hey, let's go, boys. Let's go, Optic! And with just 3 seconds to go, Optic Gaming handle business in game 1. Optic at risk of maybe dropping their second map in pool play.
Not able to win that first gunfight, and he gets picked off.
And that is an S&D victory in a series tied up at 1 apiece.
Will we see Conquest take another one here? We've already seen an impressive performance from them. We're going to jump into map number 3, capture the flag.
Fight after fight after fight as the players try to flood in. Oh, he's got it! Everybody's dropping. Optic Gaming get crushed. All 4 down with 40 seconds remaining. Somebody grab it. Octane might be able to get position. He's trying to get to it. There's one more player. They got the flag, and the tying score's coming in.
For Conquest, but they win the gunfights. Kismet able to find 2, and we're headed into overtime.
Watch your right, watch your right. That is what a perfect 4 down looks like, right? It's now a 2-1 edge for Optic Gaming. Optic seems to be a little bit too strong at hardpoint for this Conquest team. Come on, Optic, get the hardpoint! This is the last push, the last chance for Conquest to push this to a map final. Pushed to the limits here by Conquest, who fought through the open bracket, but they're able to get it done.
We came out, we got the win. Win! We got the win. It wasn't the cleanest of victories, but now we just go back, get a good scrim to prepare for our winter bracket matchup and go from there.
Dirty, nasty wins, but I like wins.
Oh, my crippled friend. Where would it be though? Forest? So we don't play Doc?
They beat out St. Marie.
Hardpoint?
Yeah.
What do you
Let's
want?
do that after.
What do you want to play? I just got signed to it.
Alright, Valve game 1.
We got E6 next. They're the open bracket team. We put them in the Pro League Challenge. They're pretty good.
All right, guys, look.
But this is just a different environment. It more favors, you know, like our style of play. We ended last night really solid against TK. As long as we play just like that, we'll be fine for the rest of the tournament. I think we can win it.
LG E6, game 1 underway, and we're heading to Falcon. What could make this LG squad so deadly? The AR of Formal and the soul of John. John reigns in the fighter pilot, and with just 3 more points, LG will go ahead and take map 1 versus Enigma 6.
Yo, listen, Cat, don't go to that left corner next time.
Into map number 2, LG going to be leading by 1. Will Enigma 6 be able to tie it up?
And now it's all down to J-Cap, a 1v2 for the map.
Peeking, Cap for the 1v2, he's gonna clutch up, and LG in emphatic fashion. A Let's Go LG chant breaks out here at Anaheim. Luminosity Gaming. Can they take the series 3-0? Down to Diabolic. Diabolic's pulled the flag and he ran straight to Cap. Cap's gonna get the return at LG. Series 3-0.
Felt pretty good. Pretty proud of how the team played. Excited to really get into bracket play now. I think we play Optic Gaming first round, so really excited for that match. I think it'll be really hyped up there.
We played them once in the league and they just destroyed us. So hopefully this time around it's a little better. But yeah, I'm excited for that match tonight.
Be an incentive for Formal to win. Obviously, it's like his ex-teammates and stuff. But I'm just going into it like any other match. We're gonna do our thing. Not gonna change anything. I think we learned a lot from playing him in the league recently, and I think we should be good.
Both teams underwent a big roster change. Players with them, so we're both sort of getting our footing with each new player on the team. I'm sure both guys just want to beat the crap out of each other in terms of just the game, right? Just for bragging points at that point. So I think it's going to be a heavy hitting match. Both teams going to be going extremely hard. Just a lot of respect on the line for this win here.
What's first? I think it's definitely personal for them. I think they just want, it's all about pride here. They want to win versus their former teammate, and I can't blame them. I'm sure the crowd's going to love it. I think that's the most anticipated match for everybody, so looking forward to it. I'm ready to play.
Looking forward to it. It's the LG rematch from Stage 1, so a lot of people are looking forward to this. COD. So we threw at them last time, hopefully we can do it again.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Anaheim Convention Center, welcome back, and to you at home watching on Twitch or MLG.com or wherever the hell you're watching this one. Thank you very much for your patience. We are back here in our winners bracket matchup between Luminosity versus Red Reserve. Tied up 1-1. Apologies for that little bit of a technical issue. These things happen, and we thank you for your patience. We're going into a CTF now on Flag Tower. Both teams tied up 1-1 in the series. Red Reserve with a blistering, stunning, emphatic victory in the Search and Destroy. Luminosity Gaming clutching out the hard point in a big way. And now into the CTF we go. And we're going to kick this one off with a big kill from John.
Well, let's get things kicked off. Red Reserve are going to be trying to get that map control, but a couple players shut down already. And it looks like both teams kind of bit of slow play style. Pushing on throughs. Number 3 is John. Shut down by Joe. And you heard in the VT then a lot of respect on the line when Optic was playing LG, a lot of pride as well. I think the same goes for these two teams. They both know the capabilities of each other, but it's who will come out on top on the day. Rated, big kill onto Formal, grenade thrown out, and again you start to see by that minimap, Red Reserve gain control.
Yeah, they got a bit of presence now in mid, Zero. Unable to find the kill on Formal early, but now he's making his way through on that kill on John, and already Joe, he's always in, he's very sneaky, and as he finds those little holes, the slight gaps to work with, he makes them happen. And now, with that kill, the play for Red coming in through, but Slacked and John, the trap was set and it sprung. And with those kills now, you're seeing Slack make his way forward. Raid's going to maintain that position now in the base of Luminosity, and Slack seems like he can sniff him out. There's a definite chance he's nearby, but Raid did. Now in a 1v1 engagement up against Formal and close and personal. He saw the whites of his eyes before he killed him there, and John almost goes down as well. So now we can breathe a sigh of relief as LG get the members of Red out their base, but Blinken, Joe's in there now. He's so sneaky. Coming in from behind on Formal finds that kill, quick flag grab, and that's going to have to pull all those players back from Luminosity. They have to come back and contend with Joe. That's going to allow the rest of the squad to come in. The kills are going the way of LG for now, but Joe still alive, still fighting, still going strong. Shots are through, he finally is taken care of. But still, an annoying play there from Red Reserve. Now Red, they've statistically got a bit of an advantage here over Luminosity Gaming in this matchup. They tend to get 5.6 caps on average per matchup. And that's a huge number considering that their opponents tend not to get too many.
Yeah, opponents average about, I believe, just over 1.5 here, but the main man to watch from Red Reserve is Zero. He's averaging a 1.5 KD in CTF alone. However, wow, that's a quick flag. He's jumping out, the man himself. Zero's going to get shut down and all will fall. And that's going to be Red Reserve going to hit that reset, but judging by these initials, Miles, this seems to be Red Reserve here being on the offense. Luminosity trying to muster up something themselves now as John is going to be stunned down. in Electric as well. So Luminosity, they have that map control. Red Reserve are going to have to set up camp, pick off these players, and push on out. Formal though on a 3-kill streak.
This is the way Red want to play. They want to have that aggressive start in mid. You're going to push those players hard and fast, and then you're going to get Joe on the flank. Slack though with 2. Presence still being maintained here, and now those kills, that's going to be Red now on the offensive. Once the initiative is theirs, they're not going to let go of it. Zero is going to be the first in on this left side of the map. Does get a beautiful kill on JCap, quickly traded, rated now, and a 1v1 against Formal. Formal walking a tightrope out there, manages to get the kill, and that's 3 dead now for Red. Scrap's last player left alive in mid, and just guesses a little wrong, and Formal's going to get the best of him, and now we have a bit of a chance for Luminosity to make their way in. Map possession has been very much Red Reserve so far, and again, that's attributed to their aggressive sort of play style, the nature of the play so far. They're happy to sit forward. Joe always hitting those flanks. You have to continuously watch your back. You have to make sure that Joe isn't behind you, and it's a real worry. It's something that is certainly going to be playing on the minds of these players, but at the moment, John, he's going to be the nuisance. He's going to be in there, but Zero flushes him out. 1:35 on the clock, and we have Red now on the offense.
It almost feels like 2 juggernauts swinging punches at each other here, and they're both taking their shots, they're both taking damage here, but still fighting strong, still on their feet. Red Reserve, Luminosity. Red now on the offense here. Zero trying to get a nice angle here over the center circle. With only just over a minute of the time left, JCap's taking damage. He's going to get away with that, and he's going to be shot in the back. Slack coming in from behind, and now Luminosity. There's a bit of a 1v1 going down at the base. Rated needs to go big. He finds the first. There's also a 1v1 over here, and Formal comes up clutch. Red Reserve again. They're going to have to hold strong.
That bar should never have got that kill over the PPSH at that range, but hey man, that's some of that Formal magic. Slacked and Co making their way forward as well, and again, we saw what happens. Joe makes his way around the back end. Slack just cleaning up these kills, picking them off. He's almost like the opposite, you know, he kind of heat between himself and John. They're both so sneaky, they both find those opportunities going forward. And this first half has been relatively uneventful because both teams are so adept at wiping out each other's flanks, making sure things are looking good. And Scraps there, that wasn't actually an unfortunate turn of events. I thought Formal was in there, that was a potential for a cap, but Scraps said no.
Both Titans will take another chance, and unfortunately no one comes out on top here with 30 seconds left. Both teams will be looking to get that final touch, that one flag pull, and John finds a nice double. He's going to push forward, and he's going to draw out Red Reserve towards this Electric side here. Zero's going to be the first on his radar as well, tagged up, waiting for backup. Luminosity on the offense. There's 12 seconds left. They're trying to get that final touch.
Can they force stoppage time? Can they make an opportunity? Oh, John's in. Scraps in front. Well cleaned up there by Scraps. JCap a little too ambitious. 1 second left, that's going to be it. That was one chance to make it work. They couldn't quite have it. And if the first half is anything to go by, these two are very well contested. Very, very evenly matched in the CTF. It is going to take a little bit of magic from either side, and I'm expecting a little bit more out of Formal. I want to see Joe make those sneaky plays a bit more for Red. But again, it's just so well contested. The trades are so efficient between both squads, and we're in for a real long haul here. We may be seeing overtime.
I want to see a little bit more from JCap as well. I know you touched on Formal. JCap's the kind of capture the flag master. You know, this guy has just kind of changed the game. That map 3's been his every single time. He's currently sat 4 and 13. That's very unlike him, and crazy stats go around, you know, when he goes positive, Luminosity, and the boys always seem to come out on top. But Red Reserve, they're shutting him down. Zero. I talked about his KD before at a 1.45. He's nearly sitting at 2.0, 13 and 7. But it's not about the kills, it's all about the caps, Miles. As we put another 5 minutes on that clock, Red Reserve, they start off the second side. Very, very strong. They need this second wave of kills, though.
It's a good way to start this one off. Zero. 14 and 7, 4 kills in a row for Rated. Get streaks, that's a massive way to swing the favor. Rated still alive, needs to keep this run going. Shots on John. Actually, John kills Rated, so that's the streak stream over, but Scraps is in from behind. He's deep in enemy territory. No kills. Oh no, that stun grenade. Absolute masterful play. That's going to flush him out. They know he's here, but John can't get him. Scraps has got the better of him. Formal now goes as well. Scraps finds a second, and now the flag's in his hand. That's going to be the move forward. They have to contend with him. We've got Slacked in mid-map. He's going to be able to slow the push. If he does get this, this is going to be huge. There it is over the round. Oh my good God, Scraps! He keeps the run going. Zero's there to body block. He takes care of John, and that is a cap on the board for Red Reserve. Scraps, what a play.
Scraps finding all the necessities there to find that. The 2 in the base, the 1 on the return. He has Zero, yes, to help him out, but Scraps, he was the one to hit base 1, 2, and 3. Red Reserve, they put the first flag on the board. There's only 3.5 minutes left on the clock, and this is where Red Reserve may change their playstyle, Miles. They might go into this kind of defensive strategy, because a map like Flak Tower, you can really kind of turtle up. The problem is Luminosity. They've got a lot of slaying power here. JCap starting to step it up. 3-kill streak for him. We've not seen any streaks on the board just yet, but Judging by that mini-map, they're under pressure.
Here comes a wave of Luminosity players. These kills are going to be massive. John's in, finds one. The players out the back end, nicks the heels of Zero. Rated almost goes as well. JCap now to pick up the pieces. That's all dead for Red Reserve. This is a flag for Luminosity to tie it up with 3 minutes left. Is there anything the members of Red can do? Joe's in mid. 1v1 against Slack. Slack cleans him up, and that's going to be the cap over the halfway mark. And now a flag on the back of JCap, the king of CTF. Puts one in for Luminosity and equalizes.
A little bit of turtling up from Red Reserve. It's going to punish them this time. They try to go defensive, and it doesn't work. Joe finds one here, and they're trying to bite back straight away. Zero finds another. John under very much the pressure of Joe and a teammate of Red Reserve. This is where they're going to collapse on in. The time is ticking. 2.5 minutes left to go, and Red Reserve, they're patient. They're waiting for that second wave. Rated trying to take the height advantage over a player like Slacks. It's a wise choice, and the headshot comes in. Formal denies Scraps. And these key engagements going down. 2 to Red Reserve. They're going to form the collapse. Another one goes down, and John and Formal come up clutch once again. Luminosity, they're going to hold tight, and they're going to respawn right near their flag. Rated's going to have to back on down. Wait once again. 2 minutes on the clock, Miles, and I feel like we could be going to overtime.
As strong as Rated is, he knows he can't take those players on alone. He had to fall back. He had to give those players the respect they deserved. And now Slack making his way through. Sneaky Scraps in from behind. JCap up top. Scraps could find something here as well. He's holding on the mid. He's got the presence. 3 kills now to him. 17 and 14. He's hunting down JCap now as well. He can make his way to the flag. If he can flush JCap out of comms, this could be big. That's going to open up the middle of the map, and here comes the flood. Red Reserve on an aggressive push now.
Love what Scraps is doing here. He gets 4 kills. He doesn't overextend. He's working towards streaks. Streaks will win you the game with 90 seconds left. Joe's getting aggressive. He got that flag. Can he wiggle his way out? And he does. He's got the support of Rated as well, but cutting through the middle is JCap himself. The specialist grenades, the lethals as well. It's all getting thrown at him. Rated's going to trade out. The flag is away though, and John is too far away. The flag's going to go in. This is going to be 2-1 to Red Reserve. No streaks on the board. Can Luminosity come back with only 60 seconds left, Miles? This could be a bloodbath.
Joe, on your screen, holding on for the defense. All the players of Red have to do now is just buckle in. Strap on in, because here comes LG. They're slowing this one down a little bit. They're going to bide their time. They want to make this push count, and Rated is not letting them do that one. Zero on the right-hand side. He's going to be just sitting tight, letting these players come to him. Slack's going to be the first one in. This could be a big kill, actually. Slack finds it. That's going to open up mid. Now you can get these players from Luminosity to charge through. On the right-hand side of the map, JCap now making his way on through. Scraps is going to be in. He's going to bide his time. Oh my goodness, Scraps gets the turn. 40 seconds left on the clock. That kill may have done it. Scraps found a second. John, last player left alive in mid. Can he find 2? He can't do it. This could be it. 30 seconds left alive. Luminosity need to do something magical.
Scraps really being that key engagement in the middle as well. And Red Reserve, they've learned from the mistakes. They go up, but they do not go on the defensive here. They're taking it to Luminosity. They're shutting them down. Rated with the STG as well. Scraps coming in. That's 3 down. They're not pushing forward. They're holding their mid ground. They're playing it smart. They're playing this one to the very end. And as the time ticks away, you see the players from Luminosity spawn right by their base. They don't even have time to get across the map. Red Reserve, they're going to take this, capture the flag. They're going to run away with this one. We're going to go to a game number 5, but the European squad of Red Reserve are going to be leading 2-1.
No ifs, buts, or erms. That was a solid CTF.
No hesitation.
I actually thought that could have gone. When we saw the first cap on the board for the boys of Red, it was Scraps got a couple of kills. He managed to get the flag out. When he was playing for streaks there was a very crucial moment. He was sitting, just like, he came out of his base, he was letting those 2 LG players come towards him, and he was like 75% towards streaks. He did need a few more kills, and he would be able to net it. At the end of all of that, John picks up a kill on him and completely cut the streak dream out, and then they counter-attacked off of that and managed to get a cap. Without that, I think this could have been a huge, like a high-scoring game for Red Reserve. LG could have been blown out there.
Yeah, we talked about Joe, obviously, on the Surge and Destroyer, very much a sneaky player. It does transition over to capture the flag a lot of the time. Rated as well as Scraps kind of putting those big numbers up. But we went into that game, and Zero currently at a 1.45, goes in there, drops 21, I believe, and 14. It's the consistency of a player like Zero. And again, we saw him previously off Splice. He's really found himself in a comfortable position now on the home of Red Reserve, the best team in Europe. Splice just dipping out, I believe, on the Delta station, but I'm sure the guys will recap that one. To recap what we're seeing in front of us, though, a 2-point game on hardpoint, a 6-2 search and destroy, and 1 flag between the boys. See Red Reserve win 2 maps back-to-back. We go into a hardpoint once again, and if it's anything like map number 1, Miles, I'm excited for this.
Yeah, with anything to go by, it's going to be close. But at the same time, we can't rule out the very fact that Red Reserve are now running on a lot of momentum.
Yeah.
That CTF win was relatively decisive. The search and destroy was pretty clean as well, so they have to be feeling good. And again, we talked about consistency. Zero, as a lot of people are touting Zero as MVP quality Zero, like we'd seen him in IW, and I think that's a very fair statement to make. Like right now, he's looking clean. He's got an incredible KD in the CTFs. The whole squad is playing very well, and again, addition of Scraps. What a way to change the lineup.
And it's those individual plays as well. I mean, obviously just towards the end there, that one kill where he turns over to, you know, the wood stacks there, just on the left-hand side of the top side of the mini-map, and he picks up that one kill. It's not necessarily a game-changing kill, but it gives Red Reserve so much map control that they can just play with. It again puts Luminosity not on the, you know, just one back foot, but both. Their heels were digging in, and you could see Red Reserve just kind of biding their time, watching that clock, playing things so smart, and that's what I like about Red Reserve. No matter what game type, the hardpoint, search and destroy, and the CTF, it's so intelligent the way they play. They've got the gun skill, and they're matching it with the smarts as well, and that's why they are such a well-rounded team, and that's why we see them 2-1 up here in our winner bracket semi-final. One map away from that winner's final as well, which will secure them that top 3 position. Europe and APAC turning up here in the major. We've got two teams from Europe already solidified. That's Red Reserve and Unilad. As the twins separate, they both make the top 8. The APAC region, though, taking Mines and Mind Freak making some damage here, Maz. I know you'll be pleased about that.
You know it. Happy finally to be the guy on the desk that knows about APAC, and APAC are in it. It's about time. Here we go, in with a hard point. What a contest this has been already, and again, this is still the winners bracket. So these teams, if you've enjoyed what you've seen, this is not the last you'll see of them in the competition, as they'll roll on to the lower bracket where they'll be facing the likes of Optic, Mind Freak, FaZe, Tainted Minds teams that are still in the contest and more. So here we go. Formal kills there on Scraps. It's been a bit of a hero. It's Red Reserve hang on to the cave. John is contesting it now.
Contest comes in, but with 30 seconds left, we're looking for a couple more kills, and John pushing on forward. That SMG absolutely lethal in the hands of John, but JCap and Slacked are going to take down the remainders, as we do see Zero just ripping Cap off that hard point, so no points going in anyone's favor until we do see Slack jump upon that hard point. And John's actually already rotating around, and this is a really good position from Luminosity, because they're going to get this scrap time, and John, he's not even thinking about the hard point. He's thinking about getting those cuts, and he finds himself in a good position. He's going to be tagged up. Zero denies, and I would have loved to have seen John just kind of position himself, maybe lie down, just play the clock a little bit there, but he doesn't. He's going to fall, and Red Reserve, they're going to have that rotation onto Ruins. And again, we know how dominant this hill can be.
Yeah, Ruins is going to be mean, and we've already got Red in control for now. Luminosity may have the time being, but here we have it. Scraps on your screen looking out through mid. He's going to catch John from behind, and it looks like Joe's about to catch another player from behind as well. JCap's going to be caught out of position 2.
29 to 29 as Red Reserve make this one even. They're going to retake the lead here. It's early on. It's rotation number 1, but Joe and Scraps taking down their opponents here. One player getting sneaking. Actually, 2 players from Red Reserve taking the high ground here. Raider's going to find another, but he's going to be taken down. That's a clean sweep here for Luminosity, and a great position. This is where at 20 seconds you start to think about that bunker. The money hill, if you like, of Ardent Forest, and you know, it's a very powerful position to take over, but Red Reserve, they just stamp on through, they bully their way in, and I think Luminosity, they'll be okay with that. They're alright just to fall on back and, you know, have control of the bunker, but the split spawn comes in from Red Reserve.
This could be huge. That's a pinch right now. Joe's going to be making his way in. He's cut out, so that's one leg of this horse taken care of. Zero makes his way in. He's actually in deep. JCap might be caught unaware. He is on the turn. Not able to make it work, but that's the damage dealt. Scraps is in. He's got an opening now to get the kill, and Slacked over the top. Scraps gets taken care of. Slacked almost with another one there, but that's big. Now we're going to have Red Reserve in there. Off the back of that split spawn, that worked out for them in a big way. Joe on the front end. Oh my goodness, what a trade. That was big. Formal with 2, Slack getting 1, Zero holding the back line.
Formal hitting the double digits already, turning up like he did in map number 1, putting big numbers for Luminosity. If you're an LG fan, this is what you want to see. You want to see Formal in fine form. And with 57 playing 44 right now, Red Reserve are looking to take the last 30 seconds of bunker, but contention is going down at the front. Looks like Scrap's going to be able to challenge. He's going to take down Slack, 1 remaining in fire as well, and he's going to snap onto him. Not going to be enough, and Zero shoots him in the back, but he's going to say, sorry, buddy. I'll take down Formal. They're going to get the points anyway as we head on over to the East Road. Red Reserve, they're in the lead. 2-1 in the series if you're just joining us, and they're looking to close things out on hardpoint Ardent Forest.
Yeah, it's a watertight defense there from Red Reserve. A little bit of mishaps, a bit of friendly fire, but nonetheless a lot of points going their way as we flip East Road. Luminosity are going to get the first taste, but will it be the most taste? Big kills there from Red as they make their way forward. Formal finds 2, Formal finds 3. That could have been the whole team, and as he locks that one down, East Road yet to be picked up there by Luminosity, so they may have the kills, but not the time. Here come the rest of Red. 3 of them make their way through mid. Big nade from John, Slacked on the right. Here comes the push through mid, unable to make it work, but you've still got Formal. John's there as well now. JCap on the back end, shots are through, but through the smoke, here comes Red Reserve. JCap with the kills. Formal on the right-hand side as well, and this is a big gunfight, but not a whole lot of time. Luminosity hanging for the time being, and that looked a little dicey, but they kept their composure and they managed to get the time out of it.
Yeah, really hard to get a lot of time from East Road as well. It's one of the hard points on World War II, where as soon as you spawn up as the opposition, you can look up, throw a grenade, and you're getting that right on there. If you've got 4 players coming off respawn, it's going to be difficult to stay alive. However, Formal making staying alive look easy. 5-kill streak right now as he's 16-9. Once again, putting huge numbers up. He's got full streaks, and this is where it gets crazy. Yes, Luminosity down by 20 points. They're in control of the cave. And of course, with the streaks going over to Ruins, this can really put Red Reserve in a tough position. But Red Reserve bouncing on back here, not giving up, and still in the lead here. I feel like we're in for a very, very tight game for sure.
Yeah, I'm getting flashbacks to Valk already. John, king of the cabin, finds 2. There's 2 more outside. He doesn't need them. His Formal's watching his back, and that's a big kill there over the top. Scraps is going to be wiped clean. 2 more players coming in from Ice, and John, once again, absolutely king of the castle. The cabin is his home, and shots are through 6 in a row. Almost working for streaks. 30 seconds left on cave. Luminosity have just erupted here against Red.
And Red Reserve, they may not know. They may rotate early. They may think, okay, we'll set up for Ruins. Well, guess what? A fighter pilot's going to be raining on down. There's no mounted on Red Reserve whatsoever unless they're starting to change. They do break through and they will get the scrap time, but again, Luminosity, they'll be okay with this. They'll be fine in setting up here. The full streaks of Formal, currently sat at 19-11. He's showing signs of light of his best gameplay ever in this series, and he's really turning up here for the Bugs and now taking that high ground. This is where you do not want to fight Formal. He's got the cover. He's got the high ground. Zero's going to strip him of his title, finds another as well, and Scraps coming through the middle, really starting to heat up this game, really showing to be a stomper.
There's a big hole glide bomb. Formal may be able to find more than one with this one. Lovely bit of dispersal there from Red. They tried to get away as best they could. Rated was the unlucky one to find the prize there. JCap, shots are in. He gets taken clean care of on the hard point. Still Formal with those streaks. Cannot forget, Red just break over the 100-point mark. The Luminosity are now slithering away in. Shots are through. Scraps with a huge win on Formal. They're slacked in mid. Shots are through. Kills are aplenty. Joe, though, is on the trade. We do have a bit of a favor here for Luminosity for the time being, but Zero is going to completely eliminate that advantage they once had. And this is back and forth as it gets.
I'll go back to the stat that I raised on map number 1, Red Reserve. They won 4 out of 5 of the hard points. They were outslayed. They didn't manage to do it on Valkyrie. They are being outslayed here with every single player going negative, but finding themselves only down by a couple of points. The rotation is in their favor. Fighter pilot coming through. This is big if they can take down the anchor. This is where Luminosity can sweep on through Bell, get those spawns. You see 1 and 3, Rated and Zero spawn out. Perfect, clean sweep for Luminosity, and that is the use of streaks in the finest of forms coming from Formal.
Pins the players in bunker and cleans up the players on the outside. That is a wonderful way to do it. Now Cap holding down the back end of cabin here. Shots onto Scraps. Scraps is very hungry, ambitious if you will, but that ambition, that hubris got him killed. Rated trying to make his way towards the hard point. The clock is ticking and Luminosity getting closer and closer to tying up the series and forcing the game 5. Can the Redcoats find something here? They're on the charge. There's a few players coming through, but Slack lying in wait. 2 ankles, 2 heals to his name, 2 kills. 1 more outside if he wants it, and the STG up top. That's going to be another. That is almost the whole squad. Slacked running this one, and the clock is still ticking in the favor of Luminosity. What a hold on bunker.
And again, you've got the perfect setup when you know JCap's over by cabin wall and you're on the bunker hill. It's the perfect setup for Luminosity. We go into this, and Luminosity are going to come out of this with every single second pretty much there as we go into East Road. Like I said before, very hard to get a lot of time off this. This is where Red Reserve needs to kind of capitalize. Try and set up on cabin wall. Think about the next rotation. Luminosity as well does still have that artillery barrage. 25 and 15 for Formal, but Slacked is the one starting to heat up now. A double kill with that grenade as well. Finds Luminosity in control. Scraps trying to fight on back. He's going to find a double.
Scraps an animal, fighting his way through, clawing, ripping, tearing as he makes his way into the lines of Luminosity. John trying to get the hard point, but it's just an absolute cacophony of chaos as all those nades explode. And here we have Scraps, 3 kills in a row playing for streaks. Can he find something? Slacked on the outside. It's going to be a duel. Slacked hits the deck, and he absolutely skins him alive. Can Scrap... Oh, Slack can't make it work again, but still 2 kills in a row for Formal. Streak still working for him. He has the artillery barrage. He could close out East Road the final 10 seconds if he wanted to, or eliminate these players on the next rotation. Cabin could be the site. Could pin him in there and just hold him still as we go through. East Road about to close up. Luminosity looking strong. Red, though, hungry for those points. They're going to get the scraps, and now they're going to get the rotation. Here comes the 1v1 against Joe and John. It's in, it's good, and it's a quick and easy trade, but we don't have anyone in hard point until Luminosity get it.
You see Rated trying to do everything here. He's found on 2. He's going to have to reload soon, though. 9 bullets in the magazine as he puts another one straight in the bottom of that STG. Zero's going to fall as well. Rated trying to do everything himself here, waiting for the backup. Shot in the back from Formal. Formal as well as Slack teaming up there by the cabin wall. He's shutting down Red Reserve, and Luminosity still going strong here. They still have that artillery barrage, and I feel like on Ruins, that's where they could rain it down on Red Reserve. Challenged by Zero. This is a big 25 seconds. If Red Reserve can take all of this, they can find themselves in a position where maybe, just maybe, they can find their way back into this. They're not down, they're not out. And Red Reserve, they're hitting that rotate. They've got to be very careful of this artillery barrage. If they set up strongly here, they can nullify this barrage.
Joe doing a great job of staying alive here. John finally getting the kills, but just getting 1 or 2 in that push is going to slow down LG for the time being. That's exactly what you need as a Red fan. LG, now they're in on the back end of the Ruins. Formal with a gunfight here on Rated. This is going to be huge. If Rated can bide the time he needs, he does have Zero in mid-map as well. Here comes the play. Instant kill there from Formal. Joe is hitting the back end as well. It's 3 big kills from Red. That's a solid hold. They need this time if they're going to get back into this one. LG still have yet to get a lot of time since that Ruins. This has been a great run for Red.
And this is it. This is not necessarily desperation. This is where you think we have to invest. And look at Red Reserve. This is what I talked about with the setup. If they set up well, they can nullify that artillery barrage. That's exactly what they're doing. They're still on the hard point. They're still getting points. Luminosity are letting this one slip between their fingers as Scraps is picking up kills as well. Now look at the rotation here coming in from Red Reserve. With 20 seconds left, Scraps gets these streaks. He's on a 7-kill streak right now. He can end the game. He is that difference maker. He's calling it in. Slack's going to be the one to fall as he tries to go like a plank of the ship. He's going to fall, and now Red Reserve, they're rotating towards the bunker. A Luminosity throwing this one away.
8 kills in a row for Scraps. Not too far away from streaks. We've seen how powerful streaks can be, and there they are. Slack, wow, my word, gets the kill. Now we have Luminosity in control for the time being. This bunker is all theirs. They can push over 200. They can hang in there. The smokes are out. Rated's through. Formal in the bunker. He's going to be in the front window, hanging in. Shots through. Joe's already made it through. He's infiltrated the bunker. Scraps on the outside as well. John needs to take care of these players, but Rated is watching the rear. John with the SMG of a god. He finds 2. Now he's going to make his way in on the player in the hard point.
My goodness, Red Reserve, they break through. The key engagement, though, is the fact that they don't even need the streaks. John from behind here, they're going to barrage the front in no man's land, and that's why it's called there. You don't want to be caught running through with bombs landing on every single inch of this field. They're going to be taken down, but Cap and Form will figure a way through. Zero denies the double, and now we're going to see Red Reserve take back the control. The problem being for Luminosity is there's still a fighter pilot in the hands of Scraps as those time is ticking away. Luminosity break 200, but Red Reserve, they're creeping on towards that 250.
On the rotate.
He's going to invest it.
He's in. He's going to catch him in the rotation. Open field. East Road. Nowhere to hide. Nowhere to duck your head. He's going to push those players back. Formal, he now knows where he is. There's the play. Is this it? 1 minute left on the in-game clock. Glide bomb at the ready. Zero may have this one. Got the players on spawn. Big shot. Zero finds 1. Zero finds 2. Is the thread ripping? Is the noose tightening around the neck of Luminosity right now? Can they hang in there? A big old deep breath is what they're going to need. 51 seconds left on the in-game clock, and Red Reserve 30 points from the win.
We do see streaks as well being in the hands of Red Reserve. Streaks are so influential. However, right now, Slack, John, Formal are putting kills on the board without them. Zero still fighting, just taking them off of that hard point. And he's got to carry on, not 1, not 2, but 3. Zero. He's the hero right now. He's the one that's making Red Reserve leap towards that 250. It's 2-1 in the series. They close this out. They book themselves a spot in that winner bracket final, but John's going to get a double. Red Reserve, they're playing the long game. They're playing for this cave. They have the streaks to play with. Luminosity back against the walls. They've got to muster something up right now, and Miles, the barrage is coming in.
It's come right in, and it's going to drop in the heads of those players as they try to get on the cave. This is the final few moments. Cave has flipped. LG need to make something big happen here. It's going to be a 3-1. Here comes the push. Rated in on top. Zero throwing everything he's got at them. 10 points for the win. There's a chance they could do it now.
They need to get on the hill, and number 4 is going to do it. Scraps is there with 66 engagements coming in now. 4 players. Contest comes in. The streaks have been used. Luminosity are going full out here. They need to contest. Both teams can still win on this hard point. Nest kills are crucial. Rated finds 1, Zero finds another. Scraps and Rated. They're going to put this one to bed, and Red Reserve, they're going to put a big fat reserve mark on that winner bracket final. A European team take down the North American Titans of Luminosity after a nail-biting win over Optic Gaming. Red Reserve shrug it off. They lose map 1 by 2, but they win 3 maps back to back. And they once again solidify they are the best team in Europe. But Miles, the question is, are they the best team in the world?
Well, that's a big question, Phil. I'm going to have a clear-cut answer for you after today's affairs.
That's a real wise decision.
It's going to be something special. What a matchup that was. Red looking fine. 250, 225. The first hard point was an absolute nail-biter at like 248, which we saw LG win. Still, what a contest between two teams. I mean, these are two teams, this is easily a top 3 placement for maybe both of them, because now LG are going to drop down on the lower bracket, they're going to take on Optic, Mindfreak is still going on down there against FaZe right now, so there's going to be a ton of matchups still coming on later on today, but boy, what a game that was.
I thought we were going to see a game 5, I'm not going to lie. It was really Red Reserve, the way they kind of mustered up those streaks. It was scraps in bunker, and then I think it was raided. Again, I don't want to discredit anyone, I'll take that away, but the streaks come in, the streaks come through, and they come up clutch. Luminosity will fall to the loser bracket, but Red Reserve still going strong, win after win here. Will find themselves in the winner bracket already. Top 3, guys, do not go anywhere. We've got some more COD action after this.
Red Reserve has continued their rampage through Anaheim. They have just taken down LG. LG, though, will be moving to that lower portion of the bracket, and already we have another storm brewing here. We're going to break down everything that's going on. My name is Rich. I'm going to be your host. I'm joined by Revan, Chance, and Mud Dog. Guys, let's start with that series, Red versus LG. I want to talk about the hard points first. Chance, they were obviously very close.
Yeah, the first one was pretty insane. I mean, it came down to a 2-point game, and I think kind of a story for the respawns in general for me was JCap was struggling, like just pretty profusely the entire time, especially that game number one. But on the flip side of things, Formal was going off. Like, I think he opened up the first game like 25-9 or something absurd like that. So, you know, if someone's doing a little bit poorly, someone definitely picked up the slack. And then speaking of slack actually towards the very end just completely takes over.
Definitely does. We're going to be looking towards the end of that hard point as well. This is the first hard point in the series. Revan, what was going on here?
I mean, it's really Luminosity that they're able to break on in, and then you see Red Reserve spawning out near the top right-hand side of the map, and the pinch here for Scraps, or I'm sorry, that's actually Joe on your screen, always coming from behind, but Luminosity, they have all the avenues covered, they have all the angles cut off, and Scraps is able to open things up with a two-piece, but the trades are always here for Luminosity.
This last few moments here just absolutely insane, and yeah, Formal already almost dropping a 40 bomb in this one, but it's slacked at the end, just the icing on the cake, able to take that first one home for LG. But yeah, I was in the green room watching this one with Clint. He did not forget to rub in every single second that Formal started to look good, really starting to gel with this squad. And a big thing that Clint was talking about is he knew that this team was going to start to hit their form, going to start to get closer to that potential, but he didn't expect it to be that quick. But Red Reserve still just looking so great even against this squad. Let's talk about that S&D. The first map definitely close. S&D not going to be close.
No, not at all. You just saw Rated, Zero playing some of their strongest search and destroy there. The whole game from start to finish was a complete wash. Red's looking strong right now.
Definitely are, and we already mentioned that Search was potentially one of those pressure points for LG, but LG, they're not able to take another map away. We see Red Reserve just go on their tear in the CTF. They get that 2-1, and then we get to a hard point. This one still very close. Why did Red Reserve end up coming out on top?
I think kind of a story of that individual map was just like the score streak usage. Like, there was a moment for LG when they really took the lead where Formal calls in a fighter pilot, and that opens up the game and buys them a full 60. But then towards the end, when more streaks are getting used, Red Reserves turn stuff around, and so it just became insanity. I mean, you see artilleries in the hill that are just blocking off the complete lane, but it was just the complete turnaround. You got glide bombs getting called in at the exact same moment, just everything getting rained from the sky from multiple players. In the situation for LG at the end, it became like, basically, what could you do? Like, you have to fly towards the hill just to contest. You have to take these bad gunfights, and Red Reserve, they just clutched up.
Yeah, I mean, you really hammered the point home. The streaks that are earned by the side of Red Reserve are really what propels them to the victory here at the end. And then this is just desperation moments for Luminosity, just trying to throw body after body at the hard point. But Red Reserve are here, they're set up, and it's just easy gunfights for them to win. I thought Scraps and Zero played really well this map, and it's especially good to see that Zero starting to step up at this event because he's been quiet so far throughout stage 2.
So I already told you that this was going to happen yesterday at the end of show. For anyone who missed it, he is wearing the fabled jacket. I reminded Clint today, I'm going to remind you guys on the desk, this is the jacket that he lent to Attach, and Attach became immune to streaks, Attach became immune to bullets, and that is how FaZe was able to win the biggest tournament of the year. Now we see Zero wearing it on the main stage, and he's just going to win the entire tournament. This is the
I got by myself one of those jackets, I guess.
No, it's that particular one. I tried to borrow it, he's not letting me, but ultimately we are seeing Red Reserve look absolutely insane. Excited to see everything this squad can do, but we need to be thinking about this losers bracket because you know, not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but if Optic Gaming and Luminosity...
2-0 over FaZe? Sheesh, they're crushing it.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the story of APAC going pretty crazy here. Tainted Minds able to take out Echo Fox convincingly. Optic Gaming does send Tainted Minds home, but we see them make it to our top teams.
Yeah, and shout out to Tainted Minds. Like, obviously the new team that makes it to the league, but they were getting like smoked. Like, they didn't win a single hard point in the entire 2 weeks they played, so it wasn't looking good. But they took the time, they improved, and they pulled off some insane upsets. Like, their first hard point win was beating United on one of their best maps. They make it to the top 8, and that's of course the quote secondary team. Mind Freak, they're still playing right now, trying to beat out top 8. They weren't great all year, but if they turn up towards the end, it's when it matters most.
And obviously Mindfreak's been in the league before, but Tainted Minds here, it's a testament to the practice they're getting in the Pro League. They're playing against the best teams, and they're only getting better and better through that experience.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not throwing any shade here because Mindfreak has done an incredible job, but I do want to say Tainted Minds, the thing that's really impressive about them, we always said with Mindfreak, it was like, when is it going to click? When are we going to see their full potential? When is this practice going to pay off? When is all of everything that they get from the Pro League going to actually fulminate? When are they going to become one of these top teams? We see Tainted Minds get that experience and utilize it very quickly, so kudos to them. They looked great today, but we're going to take a look at the winners portion of the bracket. And keep in mind, though, in that lower portion of the bracket, we may see a rematch of Optic versus Luminosity. They can win their next matches. Very exciting stuff. But now, in that winner portion of the bracket, I mean, this is what a lot of us started to predict at this tournament. Red Reserve versus Rise Nation. The winner of this could very well take the entire thing. They both look like absolute dynamos. Revan, what do you think of this matchup in particular?
I think we're going to Game 5 without a doubt. Both teams have looked really strong so far. I mean, Rise Nation, they had a close series against Unilad, but they finished that off 3-0. And then same could be said about Red Reserve. They come in against a Luminosity squad who had a ton of confidence behind them, especially after that Optic Gaming victory. And they're able to come in and they essentially, walk away with that series victory. I think both teams, with a strong start to this championship Sunday, are going to come at each other's throats.
So you look at these two squads and start to talk about what they achieved. Red Reserve has recently gotten incredibly hot. They're kind of the breakout team of this event. Rise, on the other end, has just consistently been one of the top teams.
Obviously, they're the team to beat, but when you look at the roster change for Red Reserve, they pick up a new SMG player. The SMG presence is what they're going to need to take down Rise because, no disrespect to Red Reserve at all, taking down Slasher and Gunless is just a tough task. At best, you're going to stay on par with them, which Rated can absolutely do. He can keep up with Slasher when he's at his best, but if the SMGs aren't there to overpower TJ, to overpower Looney, Rise Nation should just be able to get that win. So I'm looking at the SMG players for Red Reserve. They're going to have to go off.
Obviously, Raid is playing well, but as you said, Zero, he's the one who's really come into form lately. He's looking like the IW Zero that we remember from that last year. He's one of the best subs in the game right now, and he's only playing better and better as this tournament goes on.
Whether it be the Gucci jacket or maybe just hard work, determination, taking the time, having a teammate, things working out well, or the jacket.
It all comes down to the jacket. That's honestly going to be the most important things. And guys, if you want to look as good as Zero, head over to that merch shop. As you can see